Alrighty, so I'm looking at the new Radio Control Car Action magazine, and this is a magazine that that I get all the time. I could subscribe to it, but it gives me more of an incentive to go to the hobby shop and pick it up and stuff like that. And on the front cover is the Axial YETI. So as I open up a few of the pages, I really haven't dabbled really into this magazine as of yet, just to see what initially I can get from it. Here's a whole big article on the Axial YETI, and I'm looking at the specs of this RC, and I'll just go over a few of the specs with you. Let me see, it's a 1/10 scale. It's around 7 pounds as of this point. I'm guessing with or without battery, I'm not too sure. The width is 12.5 inches, and the wheelbase is 14.5 inches. The chassis is modified for the tubular rear section. It talks about suspension, big bore shocks. I guess they're aluminum as well. Drivetrain is a 4-wheel drive. It tells me what pinion and spur gear that I have. Slipper clutch. The wheels and everything that's included, which would be the transmitter, receiver, and the steering servo. It also requires 4 AA batteries and a LiPo, 2 or 3S. So this RC can handle a 3S. Now, if I'm looking at what initially is in the RC, it is powered by Castle. So you are getting the 2.4 gigahertz radio, which I have and I never utilize, which I think is crazy, but you know, I adapt. That's why I bought an expensive radio for myself. But it pretty much goes over on everything that the RC has, and yeah. So that looks like the Axial YETI. So that being said, let's get this bad boy started. What up, YouTube? This is GeoStealth R1, and I'm coming to you with another member of the GeoStealth R1 army. As you well can see from the picture right now, this is the Axial YETI, the 1/10 scale rock racer. Now, why would I even get a YETI? Well, 2 reasons. A lot of people know that I have a lot of Traxxas vehicles, and they want to see something a little bit different on my channel, which is totally awesome for me because I like to experiment with a lot of new things. Secondly, I only have one Axial vehicle, and that's the SCX-10. And to me personally, there's a lot of other Axial products that I could have acquired, but this sparked most interest into me from what I saw what it had. Now, if you look at the side view of this RC, there's a lot of good stuff in this, but you know, there's only one way to find out what's in it, but cracking it open. So this will be, I guess, opening up of the unboxing of the YETI. So let me get my trusty little razor. Sorry I don't have any spoons for me to open this bad boy up, but let me come across and give this a little snippage. Well, as you guys well may know, this is live video, so I'll come across and slice this open and get this up and running for you guys as soon as possible. And there we go. So I sliced that end of it. Let's crack this box open. As you can see, you get your regular radio that goes right there. To show what this is, battery tray accessory, I guess, dialogue for this. Interesting. I wouldn't think they would have that. Let's slide a few. Oh man, I got the heart of the vehicle right here. Aha! Looks like it's the wheel. The other wheel, and I'll take you out of the way. A few things have fallen. So as you can see, I get a whole bag of accessories, which Axial is very known for. And here is the brand new member to the RC clan, or army, which will be the Axial YETI. And I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer for you guys to get a little bit more of a overview of this RC. Now, as you can see, it's pretty big. I mean, I'm kind of surprised on how big this unit is. I mean, I'll do a size comparison between this rock racer and my SCX-10, which I put right next to it, just for you guys to get a good feel about what these RCs look like next to each other. So that's what we're looking at, a scale version of itself. And let me get this thing going. And where am I at with this? So just right off looking at this thing as I'm checking it out, what suspension on this thing. It's, whew, look at that. Look at the travel. Like on jumps, this thing must soak up the road like you wouldn't believe. Now, judging by what's in this RC, it looks like these tires would possibly tear out. It does look, I mean, they are plush, but this will definitely need either some bead locks or whatever I can get my hands on this RC at this point. So let me crack open the hood. Wow, this thing became just a little bit more. Okay, so I took off the pins, which took a little bit longer than I expected. So let me just come across and tell you what's up with the RC. As you can see, the body detail looks really, really nice. I like the fact that they ended up throwing a few characters inside, which is to me a little bit more scale. After taking off the pins, I noticed that this, on the back of this unit, has kind of like a locking mechanism. So you put it underneath and then it slides right in, and then you throw your pin in there, which is definitely weird, but pretty scaled body. I mean, there's a lot of upgrades that you can possibly do with this RC. As you can see, there's a fire extinguisher right there. You can notch that out and put one of these scale, 1/10 scale fire extinguishers. I mean, they have vents out there, pipe right there. You have your few vents. I mean, it is pretty scaled body. I mean, they did a really, really good job with this body. This is one of my second bodies that I've had from Axial. So let's talk about the RC itself. Now, they are running the Castle Creation system with a 3150 kV motor, which is pretty cool. Not waterproof, which I would definitely have been interested in having, but you know what? It is what it is. They are running a Tactic servo, which I'll most likely be changing out immediately for the waterproof Spectrum servo Savox that I have in a few of my other RCs. But I'm thinking, as of right now, my other RC has that servo, which I really don't utilize it for, and I might as well just throw in this immediately, because this is a rock racing RC. Now, that will be one of the beginning upgrades. I'm looking at the battery tray. This does come with Dean connectors. I do utilize the Traxxas connectors, so most likely I will be getting rid of the Deans and putting on the Traxxas ones. I know a lot of people just don't like that, but most of my batteries look like that, so that's what I'm going to go with. I am going to immediately throw an RC screw kit on this as soon as possible, because there's not really any upgrades for this as of yet. But as I'm looking over the RC, there are a few things that I'm interested in noticing. The aluminum shocks. Now, this is very plush. I mean, really, I'm really impressed on how plush this is. So, and they have this kind of shock setup that looks like it could possibly break. I mean, Axial is known for having a lot of scale stuff, but you know, you do have to upgrade pretty much a lot of things on the Axial products to your liking. I mean, to make it as scale as possible. As for the wheels are very, very plush. I mean, I'm looking at both of them, all four of them, but noticing on how they're set up, these are definitely going to be needing bead locks, for the reason that if this is as fast as I think it's going to be, it's definitely going to need something, because these are probably going to tear off the rim, judging by what I'm looking at right now. But we'll see. I mean, I'm going to start this off with 2S, and then we'll easily graduate to 3S. I'm just curious if I can throw in another type of, maybe I can throw in another motor, depending on which company can fabricate something for me to throw in something bigger, like a 2200 kV motor. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see which RC enthusiast creates that, and have this as an extreme rock racer. On paper, it says that this can go possibly 45 miles an hour. Now, I could just imagine throwing something a little bit stronger in here and giving a little bit more oomph to the RC. I'm not too sure if these are steel drive shafts. They feel like steel, possibly not. No, they feel like steel, but you know, we'll see. Seems like a steel drive shaft in the center. Also, we have the plastic drive shafts that go to the rear, and I'm guessing, as always, the Axial products will put their receiver right in here. But all in all, I mean, definitely nice chassis setup. If I'm showing you this on how it's set up, a lot of screws go into this thing. Would it be a detriment to the RC? I am not too sure. But there's a lot of upgradable things that I need to immediately do with this RC, just to give it my feel. But with Axial, there's not too many products out right now that are upgradable for this, so whatever I can get my hands on, I will. So that being said, this is the update for my unboxing with this RC. Personally, I think it was a good buy. Ever since I even heard about the release of this RC, I was very interested in acquiring the Yeti. A lot of people have acquired the Yeti already, and they're very happy with it. There's a few RC channels that are even riding the Yeti, and you know, it's pretty kick-ass at this point. So I'm gonna ride it off stock version first, and then upgrade slowly but surely, and see exactly what this RC needs and where I can improve on it. Not to say Axial hasn't done a great job with it, but you know what? There's always something upgradable that can be totally awesome with it. I mean, wow, I don't even know where to begin. You know, so we'll see where this RC takes us. I do have to name it, so this is going to be interesting. All of my RCs are already named, so I'm looking for a name for the Yeti. So we'll see what names come out there. Who's interested in helping me name this thing? And yeah, that's where we're at. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe, and tell my fellas up on YouTube. Later.